Okay, so it's February 29th. Time to see how I did with my kit. I'm super happy with myself because I think I did really, really good. Okay, so if you remember, I had chosen my 4 sketches from my Pinterest board, and I used all 4 of them and created all 4 layouts. And there are, in fact, 4 process videos. Okay. So this is the one that went up yesterday. These are in no special order, so just FYI. This one went up today, and it is part of a YouTube hop that is awesome and amazing. So if you haven't seen that yet, or hopped along and seen the other girls that we're playing with, be sure to do that for sure. So there's the layout, and I used the mixed media background that I had added, and it turned out lovely. So that's one. This is the 8.5 by 11 layout that I created. Lots of stamping. Made my own embellishments. Really like how that one turned out. And then this is the last one, the heritage layout, and I still haven't added my journaling to this, which I do need to do. I just haven't been, what's the word, like inspired to type journaling out. So that'll have to wait a little bit, but that's okay. I'll do it. I'm not worried about not getting it done, but so there's that. And then when I was finished with my layouts, I did create, I'm gonna kind of push this off to the side. I did create a project life spread using my kit. And then I pulled in a little bit of different things from my stash, so some embellishments and things. But this is week 1. Oh, I'm out of focus here. This is week 1 for 2020. So I've started my 2020 project life, and I will have a flip through. It's scheduled on my channel for the second half of my 2019 project life because that's finished too. So I started on that, and there is my spread. So I got all my layouts done plus a project life spread, and I'll just go through here and show you what I have left. So I have the sequins, although I have to say I used a lot of these Watch Me Flip ones. Most of these are gone. There's just enough in here that I could maybe do some kind of shaker pocket maybe, or something like that. And then I did use this one, I think, and I did use this one too. So we'll put those back into the sequin stash, which is right off to my left. I keep it close by. I did end up with a 1 flare left over, so that can go back into my flare. And I will hang on to the little cool pink bag because it's awesome. So all of my pattern paper scraps, I took the time to go ahead and cut them down to 4x6 and 3x4 cards, and then also that one sheet that was a cut apart, I cut that apart. So I'm going to put these in with my Project Life stuff to use. They all match and go well together, so I think I'll be good. I might actually end up going ahead and just pulling some embellishments from my stash and using the rest of these cards to finish the rest of January in my Project Life book. That's kind of where I think I'm going with it, just because that makes, I like to have the month be all the same colors or the same kits to kind of just make things flow nicely. So that might be my plan for those, but I cut them down. I do have 1 doily left, so I'm going to pop this right back here with my other doilies. But I did use 1, so that's awesome. White paper scraps. You can never go wrong with white paper scraps. So these are going to go right into my scrap paper bin to use later. My stamps can go right, my stamps and stencils can just go right back into my stencil bin, and my stamps can go right back into my stamps. I believe I inked up at least some of all of them, except for these square ones. I really, really want to get these used. I really want to ink them up. Someone actually sent me a private message asking me if I had inked mine up yet, because theirs weren't inking right, and she was wondering if I could give her some tips or tricks for using them. And yes, I will, and yes, I'm going to use them. I don't know why I haven't yet, but it needs to happen. And those are going to go over here with my stamps that I still haven't inked up. Okay, so let's start thickers. So what I did was I went into a Scrabble word finder game, and I put something on the TV, and I pushed in what I had, and I came up with words. So I have them right in the package. I picked words I thought maybe I could, that I use often for scrapbook titles. There are extra thickers in here if I decide I want to mix them up more, but that gives me, I put the ones that I already created right up front, and I did that for all of the thickers that I had, and that gives me some ideas right away of words that I can still spell with these thickers. And actually, these Creek ones, I think that they will work with my March How to Kill a kit, so I'm going to actually set them aside and add them to that kit to help use them up. And then they can just go back in with my thicker stash. And then here are my 12 by 12 papers. So I didn't use, this is so funny. So I used both sheets of one of the patterns, the one with the little flowers on it. And then I didn't touch either one of these. I wonder if it was just because I didn't pull in as much of the corally colors as I thought I would. I really went with the pinks more than anything. But I still like these. I'll still use them. And then I didn't use any of this one either. But I did use a whole sheet of this. And I used 2 whole sheets of the others. And I used all of the other papers and scraps and everything. So that worked out really well. I got a lot of scraps and a lot of papers used. And I only have 5 sheets of scrapbook paper left. Which I expected because I really tend to want to use up. I usually add more paper to my kits. So, that's it. Ready to go for March. I will be back tomorrow, first thing tomorrow morning, with my March How to Kill a Kit of Style, which is actually a super special kit. I'm super excited to get into it. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.